letting go of everything but this moment. Allow yourself to leave behind work and the thoughts of the day that has passed or the evening to come. And simply follow your breath. As you breathe in, bring your attention fully to the in breath. And as you breathe out, bring it fully to the out breath. Allowing it to be as it is without trying to change it in any way. Mindfulness is not about detachment. In short, mindful acceptance gives us choices. So, a little story here. The king who found it easier to live with his difficulties. There's a story told of a king who had three sons. The first was handsome and very popular. When he was 21, his father built him a palace in the city in which to live. The second son was intelligent and also very popular. When he became 21, his father built a second palace in the city for him. The third son was neither handsome nor intelligent and was unfriendly and unpopular. When he was 21, the king's counselors said, "There is no further room in the city. Have a palace built outside the city for your son. You can have it built so it will be strong. You can send some of your guards to prevent it from being attacked by the ruffians who live outside the city walls." So the king built such a palace and sent some of his soldiers to protect it. A year later, the son sent a message to his father. "I cannot live here. The ruffians are too strong." So the counselor said, "Build another palace, bigger and stronger, and 20 miles away from the city and the ruffians. With more soldiers, it will be it will easily withstand attacks from the nomadic tribes that pass that way." So the king built such a palace and sent 100 of his soldiers to protect it. A year later, a message came from the son, "I cannot live here. The tribes are too strong." So the counselor said, "Build a large castle, 100 miles away. It will be big enough to house 500 soldiers and strong enough to withstand attacks from the people that live out over the border." So the king built such a castle and sent 500 of his soldiers to protect it. But a year later, the son sent another message to the king. "Father, the attacks of the neighboring peoples are too strong. They have attacked twice, and if they attack a third time, I fear for my life and those of your soldiers." And the king said to his counselors, "Let him come home and he can live in the palace with me. For it is better that I learn to love my son than that I should spend all the energy and resources of my kingdom keeping him at a distance." The story of the king holds an important lesson. It's often far easier and more effective in the long run to live with our difficulties than to pour resources into battling and suppressing them. You will come to learn that everything changes, even the worst case scenarios imagined in your darkest moments. Our main meditation today is going to focus on exploring difficulties. So, sitting for a few moments, focus first on the sensations of breathing, then widen your awareness to take in the body as a whole. When you're ready, you can close your eyes. And once you've taken in the sensations of breathing and your awareness in the body as a whole, you can move on to sounds and thoughts as well. If while you are sitting, you notice that your attention is continually pulled away to painful thoughts or emotions, you can explore something different from what we have been practicing until now. Up until now, whenever the mind has been distracted by thoughts or feelings, the instruction has been to acknowledge where the mind has been drawn, then gently but firmly to bring the mind back to the breath or the body or whatever you intended to focus on. Now there's a new possibility. Instead of bringing the mind back from a thought or feeling, now you can allow the thought or feeling to remain in the mind. Then shifting the attention into the body, become aware of any region of the body where there is tension or contraction, aches or pain, physical sensations that come along with the thought or emotion. These sensations may be very obvious or they may be quite subtle. But see if you can discern whatever sensations arise when a difficulty is in your mind. Then, when you have identified such sensations, deliberately move the focus of attention to the part of the body where these sensations are strongest. Perhaps imagine you can't breathe into this region on the in breath and breathe out from it on the out breath. The purpose is not to change the sensations, but to explore them, to see them clearly. If there are no difficulties or concerns coming up for you now and you want to explore this new approach, then if you choose, you might deliberately bring to mind a difficulty that is going on in your life at the moment. Something you don't mind staying with for a short while. It doesn't have to be very important, but might be something that you are aware of as unpleasant or unresolved. Maybe you had a misunderstanding or an argument, or perhaps there was a situation where you felt angry or regretful about something that happened. Or maybe you're worried about something that might happen. If nothing comes to mind, you could choose something from the past, either recent or a long time ago, that once caused unpleasantness for you. So if you choose to do this, bring such a difficulty to mind now. Allow it to rest on the workbench of the mind, seeing it vividly, and then let your attention drop into the body, tuning into any physical sensations that the difficulty is bringing with it. See if you are able to move close to whatever feelings arise in your body. Tune in to these physical sensations, intentionally directing the focus of your attention to the region of the body where the sensations are strongest, breathing into that part of the body on the in breath and breathing out from it on the out breath. Explore the sensations, cradling them in awareness as you watch their intensity change from moment to moment. Notice how you react to whatever comes up. Hold these reactions in a spacious and compassionate awareness. Remind yourself that you're not trying to change the sensations, but to explore with friendly curiosity the physical sensations coming and going in the body. It may be helpful to say to yourself silently, it's okay to feel this, whatever it is. It's okay to allow myself to be open to it. Give the sensations your full attention, breathing with them, letting them be. Remember that you don't have to like such feelings in the body. It's okay and natural not to want them around. It may be helpful to repeat phrases such as, it's okay not to want this. Whatever it is, let's see if I can be open to it, just as it is. Then, on each out breath, soften and open to the sensations wherever they are in the body, letting go of the tendency to tense and brace against them. Say to yourself on each out breath, softening, opening. See if it is possible to stay with the awareness of these bodily sensations and your relationship to them. Breathe with them, letting them be just as they are. If you notice that the sensations fade, choose whether to come back to the breath or to bring the same difficulty or a new one to mind. When it has arrived in the mind, allow it to remain, shifting attention to see where it is affecting the body. If no powerful bodily sensations arise, then you could experiment with breathing into and out from any sensations you notice in your body, even if they do not seem to be linked to any particular emotional charge. And when you are ready, return your focus to the breath, to the sensations of the breath moving in and out of your body. Whenever you feel it most vividly, breath by breath and moment by moment. As best you can, bring this expanded awareness to the next moments of your day.